Here you go, guys. Another amazing top in a championship win from Crushing the Meta. Today we have the certificate, the playmat, the card, everything you want, everything you could get, and an amazing tournament for V when it comes to spikes. So welcome to our channel. We are Team Crushing the Meta. Today we are here to talk about what happened in Germany during the Springfest this season and how were Spike able to get first place at this event. So first of all, you see a name, a player name, and not a team name. Well, this was a team event, but because we actually had most of the teams playing overdress the first day, and just a few of the teams wanted to play V, which we had to switch V to a single event. But all in all, it was an amazing tournament. If you want to hear more about the tournament itself, I could make another video for you guys later on that we could talk about the matchups, talk about the tournament, talk about the people that joined the tournament. But in this video, we actually want to talk a little bit about the deck. I want to talk about how could this deck be able to beat the meta, which was basically lots of Steam Maidens, some Luard, some OTT actually, and of course Link Joker. So all in all, it was an amazing tournament. Spike were in control most of the time. I lost only one game against a teammate, which was Maarten, kicked my ass with his amazing DP. I'm not saying what deck he plays because it's still a surprise. And that was for the first day. For the second day, we actually also played an amazing tournament until the last game, which if we would have won, we could have gotten the top 8. And a little bit of sportsmanship from us and an amazing team against us, we actually didn't get into the top 8, which I'm okay with because otherwise there was some unfairness there. So I think that they deserve to go to the top 8. So all in all, the tournament, as I said, to go back to the first day and talk about V, you don't have medals this season, which is kind of insane. But we do have the amazing certificates, the Overlord, the Rebirth, a beautiful card, and a beautiful playmat. As you can see right here. I don't know if you could see it, guys, a little bit. Yeah. And of course the certificate. I would love if they would have put the team name on it, but it's just my name, which is okay, but I like the team name more. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the deck. So when it comes to spikes in V, right? So we have Spike with us in V. What deck you play, what are the strengths and the weaknesses of the deck? So there have been, of course, lots and lots of videos that I made about this deck. This deck is so incredibly strong that you could control the whole game. You have full control of the pace of the game, so how fast the game is going. You have full control of the amount of, let's say, damage you give your opponent. You have actually full control of everything. And if you have seen my matches or you have been there and checked it out, then you will see what I'm talking about. This deck is just such a strong deck, and everybody who played against me or played against this deck with the right pilot would know the strength of the deck. Being able to have the Rising Nova, of course, as your main Vanguard. Rising here gives you the flexibility with the amount of different grade 3s that he could target. He would not target this, he wishes. But of course you have the Bull Spike, you have the Spiking Cyclone, and you have the Juggies. The Juggernaut Maximum becoming your powerhouse, and the Maximum with the Cyclone giving you the strongest turn that you could make, especially by riding the second time into Rising. If you ride a third time into Rising, then it's insane. But all in all, as I said, the deck is very, very, very destructive. It could be explosive, it could chill, it could make more markers, and it could kill like... It hits like a truck. Like, it's such a good deck, and it's a flexible deck. So if you want to hear more about the cards, their skills, you could check the other video out that I made before this, and I will put on the channel or in this description section below for you guys to see. But in this video, it's very important to understand a little bit about the deck, the working of the deck, and the reason why this deck was able to get the beautiful first place. So when it comes to the plays that you can make, remember the Rising could target a double bull spike. You could go bull spike, spiking cyclone. He could go cyclone maximum, and that basically your 3 big plays. You could also do a double cyclone. You could also do a juggernaut into a bull spike. There are different things that you could do, but basically the strongest turn that you do will be the max cyclone. And although you have only 1 max, is more than enough for you to get it off. Sometimes it happens he comes in the damage zone and then you can use him anymore. But basically if he doesn't go into the damage zone, then you're good to go, because drawing him, having him in your deck, you don't really have random soul charges except the only one Jumbo the Stun Gun. Alright, so that's it for the grade 3s. Again, if you want to hear more explanation about the deck, I will do another video, or you could check the other videos out. Just let me know in the comment section below and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. So the grade 3s, very simple. The deck code will also be in the description section below. Wow. Alright, so when it comes to the grade 2s, so you have the one beautiful copy of Jumbo the Stun Gun. This card does so much work, it's insane. Then you add in the 2 Fionas. She is the killer when it comes to the matchup that you play against Steam Maidens. You could play her as a 3 or a 4 off, but for me a 2 off is still good enough because I want to make room for Jumbo the Stun Gun. For the other grade 2s, of course, you have the 4 copies of HL Fullback, followed up by the 4 copies of Rona. Well, this is it. This is very simple. Rona is your right target, and Rona is also the card that gives you the flexibility of the deck, being able to call whatever grade 3 you want from your deck. Also, Rona is a good booster, especially in the Rising Cyclone turn that you do with the Max. If you don't want Agile Fullback in your back row because you will only be 20k attacker, you could also have a Rona that will boost your Vanguard for an insane high attacking power that will come in twice, because she would restand. Depending on which combo you want to do, but both are very, very, very good. Agile Fullback, of course, give you the early game, give you the soul, and give you an extra attack, especially when you combine him with the Max turn that you could attack twice, or even combine him with the Cyclone turn, because you will move the markers into him, which means he will become a powerhouse, which has a force 2 as well. Fiona, we have already explained this. She's good in the Luard matchup. She's good in actually pretty much any matchup. She is better in V than she is ever have been in Premium, which is kind of insane. But basically for the match you play against Steam Maidens, this is the card that could actually just stop their combo. Jumbo the Stun Gun is a new promo. Jumbo the Stun Gun, of course, has his first ability by counterblasting 1, soul blasting 3. When he's placed on the, or put on the Guardian Circle, you could actually move all of your opponent force markers into 1 circle, which means he's good in the Luard matchup, also in the Steam Maiden matchup, as you could put all of their markers on the Vanguard, for an example, or something that already have attacked and could not attack anymore. And with that, you actually will avoid them attacking into you so many times with those force markers. So he is a very, very, very good card. But his important skill is actually his second skill. When you move a marker and it goes beneath this boy, you can soul charge 1 and counter charge 1, which means that the Cyclone combo doesn't really need a counter blast anymore, because you could use Cyclone with the bull spike, move the markers to him after the first attack, and with that you will counter charge, and then you could attack, continue on. So I could explain it to you, very simple. Basically, let's say you have no CB, but you want to do this combo, right? So you have these chilling on the field. Let's say you have your powerhouse as well. So you have them looking like this, and let's say you have an Agile Fullback chilling in the back row, right? So you could give the markers right here to something that is not the Juggernaut and not the Jumbo. So normally, let's say you will give the markers to your back row attacker. And let's say that this card was pulled from the deck this turn. Why not? Let's give him his orange beautiful dice. So it would look like this, right? So what you do right here, of course, you soul blast, you target these two, so he gets the extra 10k. Juggernaut was called this turn, so he gets his 10k as well. And sometimes if you have a good booster, you could call right here, or you could keep these boys chilling. If you don't have a Juggernaut, then it's also good. You could just move this up if you want. That would work as well, but it doesn't matter. Let's say we have it like this. So right here you have a very strange attack combination. So this would be the first attack, which is 30 with 2 damage, which they normally would take most of the time. And then you could Soul Blast 1 to move the markers on this side, and then you attack with this. And if you have done that, then you counter Soul Charge, and then you use the skill again to Soul Blast 1, and you attack with this, and then you attack with him, and then you restand him. So this would work. If you want to use the skill to move the markers to your Vanguard as well, then it doesn't matter. Then you could do it. You could have the markers chilling on whatever side. Let's say on this side first, attack with this, then move them to here, then attack with this, and then you could attack with him, restand him, move the markers here, then there, then there. Pretty much up to you. Again, you could go very you could do different combos with this deck. The deck is, as I said, very flexible. But the Jumbo the Stun Gun give it even more flexibility, as in the fact that he could give you the counter charge pretty easy. The only downside is he could not be the first attacker, because he is the weakest, but because you want to move the markers to him. But most of the time you have a booster chilling behind him, and with that he actually makes a pretty good column. When it comes to the grade 1 in this deck, first you start with my favorite. They do Dudley William. Dudley William is such a good card, such an underrated card, and I like playing it at 2. And then of course for the adding the grade 3s to the hand, and the one that works the best, Ambush Dexter. So you have Acrobat Verdi for grade 3, adding for consistency and for adding the heal to your hand. He's very flexible, your best right target. Ambush Dexter is the one card you want to keep on hand to be able to get from your deck whatever you want. And right now, or these days, he actually makes grade 2s more than he makes grade 3s because of Jumbo the Stun Gun, because of Agile Fallback. You just call a Rona if you have too much CBs to work with. You could call whatever grade 3 you want, and then you could make the Rona into an Ambush Dexter and whatever. And from that moment on, I mean, it's insane. Like, this deck could go off like crazy. Dudley William is one of the cards that actually makes the deck insanely strong, because of the fact that he is the card that makes the markers move in your Spiking Cyclone turn with the max. So you will have like everything having the Force 2. And there was one game that I played against Maxime, a very good friend of mine from France, who played Steam Maidens, which I had both Williams on the field. And if you have both Williams on the field during the max turn, then it's insane, because then you will have a bullshit like attacks. I will demonstrate. As I said, this video basically is more of time to demonstrate. So what you do right here is, of course, you want to have these on the field, use his skill to target both of them, and then you could just make them leave the field to call whatever, or just keep them on the field. Normally you want your big attacker right here, and normally this is the second time you have ridden into Rising. And what you have behind your Vanguard, as I said, will be most of the time full Agile Fallback, which works the best with this combo. So you want to have him right here. And what you have on this side actually doesn't really matter that much, but if you have Jumbo the Stun Gun, that would be amazing. So right here, don't forget, you have already ridden into the Rising the second time. So you have the Force 2, Force 1 right here, and of course you have another Force 1 and another Force 2, and the Force 2 will go to the Vanguard and the Force 1 will go to the Jiggy. If you have one more time you ride into Rising, then it's even stronger. So the power that you give will be right here, 10. This will get 20 because you have 4 markers, and this will get this beautiful 10k. So what you do right here, you will attack with this first unboosted, so this is 43. If you have used Rona, then you could even make him stronger, which is possible, but let's say you didn't. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 43, right? So then you attack with this. This will be only 20. You could do this as a first attack, then this, up to you. Then you attack with him, activate his ability to count +1 to restand this point, right? That's the ability of the Cyclone. Then you attack, you drive check, let's say you get 1 trigger. You will give, of course, the power and everything to the Juggy. Then you Soul Blast 3 to restand this column. Now right here, you don't have to waste this attack anymore because I will show you why. So what you do right here is you attack with this again, of course, again unboosted. Then you attack with the Rising, activating his ability of the Spiking Cyclone to restand this again. So another huge attack. And then you could not restand anymore, of course. So this would be the last attack on this side. Now you boost him, right? So this would be 21, 31, 41, 51, 61. Then you activate the skill of William to move the markers on this side or on this, depending what you want. But because you have the second William, you go on this. Now you get the ability to soul charge 1 and counter charge 1, and you boost. So it's 10, 20, 30, 30, 38. Then you activate the skill of him again to move all the markers right here. And this is insane, right? So this is 10, 20, 30, 40. So again, that would mean that you have all of your attacks having the force 1 and the force 2 because of the fact that you have the double William. And if you make this play, then I don't know, I've made this play with riding into Rising for the 3rd time, so it was insane. The power that the field had could kind of power through whatever defense your opponents has in their hand. Even if they have 4 perfect guards, you could still power through that. So it's insane. For the triggers, we have, of course, the beautiful 4, 8, 12 draws, adding by the 4 heals and starter. So yeah, this is the way I play the deck. People do not agree with me on this. People want to play crits, people want to play 6 on 6, people want to play 8 crits. You can play whatever you want. I have explained this and I will explain it again. This is just my play style, and this works for me the best, and this works in this format the best in this deck. I don't really see a reason to play crits, except if you want to put your opponent on 3 damage and then power through with the Juggernaut that attacks 3 times with that crit, then yes, agree. But normally the way I play the deck is I just do 2, 4, 6. And that's the best way. And if I think I could kill anyway, I will do 2, 4, 5, 7. So they don't get the chance to miracle heal. But because, of course, we don't really have an over trigger in this format, which is V, I don't see a reason why. Even if they got that heal trigger, you could still hit above that. Yeah, of course, for the starter, we play the SP Sniper. That's actually it for the deck. The deck is very simple, as in the amount of cards you play are actually most of them being a 4-off. Except your grade 3s are very flexible, of course, because you want the deck to be flexible, and your grade 2s having now also adding the Jumbo the Stun Gun to the deck. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't want to make it longer than it should be. It's a little bit of the explanation of the deck and a little bit of why this deck was able to go that far in that tournament. And it will go far in every V tournament as long as the tournament plays normally and your opponent doesn't get 4 miracle heals. Which happened last year. Damn. Alright, so thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in our channel. If you want to see the decks that kind of almost made it to the top 8 for premium, I could show you that as well. There is a reason why I say kind of almost made it, but we will not get into that, as I did explain it a little bit at the start of the video. All in all, I would hope that all people who got into the top 8 enjoyed their time and had fun, and I hope that next event we will be there to play yet again. So thank you again for tuning in on this beautiful channel. Thank you for all the support that you give us, and I hope to see you guys in the next video as well. So till next time.